praise the God of Resurrection Praise Ministry. My name is Chibuikem Obiajorum Owawike. I'm actually from Imo State, Mbise, but I live in River State. Bishop says I should make my testimony brief, but I don't think it's going to be brief. It is not a disobedience. It is actually the way it is. Because if I give this testimony in brief, it might not really have the impact. So, Bishop,
so please, I beg you, relax.
Yeah, because I have 3 things to share. Friday was my birthday. That is one. I choose a moment like this to actually reveal what God has done for me through this ministry. I came here the first time in 2017 through my elder sister, the eldest of my family, Mrs. Chioma AKK. I believe as of that time she was a kind of a pest in my life because I have left everything that concerns church and Christianity. I mean, absolutely. I didn't want to identify with anything church, anything minister, anything clergy, or anything like that at all. We were born in a very Christian family, strong one. We pray every morning and every night. She is a witness. Until you leave the house, until we left the house, and until my father died in 2017, we were praying every day. But when I started growing up, started being on my own, what I was seeing was completely different from what we were being taught in the house. We were taught that when you make positive efforts, you have positive returns. But in my life, I was making positive efforts with totally different results. So I was like, what is going on? I'm not talking about ordinary efforts. I'm talking about when you have to struggle extraordinarily. I started from block molding when I left school at the age of 17. I left Ahira Technical College at the age of 17. I started block molding. So from there, I entered into Okada. From Okada to driving, and things were throwing me up and down. Keke back to driving, just like this. I was, So at a time, when I entered a social club with my friends, one of my friends, who happens also to be my mechanic, advised me. He said one of his customers actually suffered something like mine, and he got rescued when he did a certain ritual. That is, now you consecrate yourself totally to a deity. In our place, it is called ROC. A deity, you just consecrate yourself. You said, everything, I'm going to serve you. Just give me money, give me whatever I ask you in protection, and then in return, I serve you. So I followed him. When he showed me the guy that did it, the guy sells boutique, looked at how he's doing, said, okay, if this can actually better my life, I followed him. So I did the consecration, did everything, the ritual. A he-goat was killed on my head, the blood poured on my head, and all that. So after doing all that, my brothers and sisters, things still didn't change for the better. They were even worse. When you get to the age of 35, 36, your mother sees you and she cries. Even if you are the worst of all human beings, at that age you will break down. I was 35, 36, and the only emotional outburst my mother gives when I come home is cry. Simply because there is nothing positive coming out. Not because there are no efforts. There are real efforts and there are prayers, but nothing. So when I did that, I believed that was going to be, but at the end of the day, there was no result. Instead of a result, I now started having a strange sickness. For 2 weeks, I was on my own in River State, handling it, thinking that different tests, over 12 tests, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, peptic ulcer, gastric ulcer, that's test to test. Money was just being wasted, my money. So when my stomach started, bloating, coming up, heavy, then I have to call my sister. She said I should come down here. So when I was coming down, my decision was, because somebody has actually given me an idea that when you have kidney or liver failure, this is one of the signs. So I decided, if actually in these situations I've passed through, it is liver or kidney. If it is liver or kidney, that the best thing is look for a way, end everything. That was my decision. I'm not talking about emotional decision. I'm talking about what I've already decided. So when I get here, whatever Adanne, as I call her, is doing is I take it as her own. I just wanted to please the family, make them feel a little bit relaxed. Then I do whatever I want to do. But by the special grace of God, we continued. I was in this church from October, first week of October till 19th of December, when Bishop Dele has to send Pastor Solo and Pastor Pascal down to Ubomiri in Imo State for us to first of all uproot those things I did. They came down. And let me say this, please. Bishop did something that struck me so dearly. Because I have a friend, when they wanted to do a family liberation, what we accounted for him, one full bag of rice, half bag of beans, jumbo, excuse me, no, it doesn't call for laughter because I only remember this while he was preaching today. It struck my mind again. The name of that guy is Johnson. While we were still modern block, he wanted to do family liberation. One bag of rice, half bag of beans, jumbo size of Milo and milk and some of the hours. By that time, I have not started attending Pentecostal churches. I was still fully a Catholic. So the thing surprised me, but I didn't say a word. So while he was saying these things today, I remember it. Now, when my own time came, that 19th that we were traveling, Bishop opted to pay for the transport of Pastor Solo and Pastor Pascal, except that my elder sister stopped him. And that also struck me. Now, I have to remember it today. And I said, he is a wonderful father. My own confession. So, my sickness, when we came in here, the very first evening she prayed to me, she put in water, I still remember that, in a bell. After ringing that bell, he put in water there and said I should open my mouth. I opened my mouth, he poured that water in my mouth. Those things are not, to the best of my knowledge, they are just, nothing, because my mind was not in everything that was being done. So, after that, the next week, after Sunday Mass, they said I should follow people that are doing, there's 3 days prayer that you don't go to your house. You don't go to your house for that 3 days. We were here, deliverance class. So I followed them up morning, afternoon, night. That 3 days and 3 nights that I didn't eat, my stomach was absolutely bulky and heavy. The only thing is that, when you didn't eat, you lost strength. I lost strength, but my stomach, even when you put in something, it will not, it will not go in. After that deliverance class, I couldn't finish one stick of banana because of my stomach is already heavy. So at that point, we decided to seek for medical attention. He said, even after going for another test and scanning, we should bring the case to him. So when we went for test again, they started chemical test on liver, chemical test on kidney, chemical test, and after all that, they go into scanning. It was now at that point that they said I have what they call massive ascites. As of the time they called it, I've not heard the name before. So I asked, what actually is massive ascites? They said it happens when your liver has deteriorated and it has started cracking up, and water now leaks from your intestine into the abdomen of your stomach, and it doesn't have a way to go out again. It stuck there. And that actually was what was happening, because my stomach was bulky. I don't urinate, I don't even go to, because I'm not eating anything, yet my stomach is there. So when they now said that, I knew that what I was thinking about is exactly what it is. The next thing is I was just looking for a little excuse to leave my elder sister's house. But to tell you the truth, my elder sister was completely everywhere around me. I mean, minute calls and everything. She goes to work. So there is no way I could have actually do anything. Church activities, she doesn't even give me a chance. And we continued like that. They said what they're going to do medically is to put a syringe in my stomach and drain the water first before they know what again they're going to do. I have to go through the internet, Googled it. They said somebody that has massive ascites, life expectancy is 1 year, 6 months, which is 18 months. That is the most you can do if you don't change your liver. So, my brothers and sisters, with that, I believe I was already condemned, because I had no money, had nothing. yet this kind of sickness, who is going to change the liver? He said we should leave the battle for him. At a time when the pain got so bad, the pain in my stomach got so bad, I told her that I said, okay, let us take the option of draining this water. Let's drain the water first and continue with the miracle prayers as you want it. That was actually what I told her. When she couldn't convince me, she called the Capitol Hill Hospital and told them that we are coming for the draining. It was fixed on a Monday. So after church services on the Sunday, Monday morning, she woke me up around 3 a.m. to pray. So that before we go, after praying like 1 hour, I slept off again. And I dreamed where, I was seeing my corpse lying down and I was saying somebody has tampered with my stomach. So that dream got me sweating. You understand? I sweat. Somebody that wants to die, but, the fear now entered me out. I was like, at that NSU, I dream where I die. When did they do something for my stomach? She said, what do you think? I said, do you still want us to continue? I said no. So she called Bishop again. Now Bishop called us after church service on a particular Sunday, towards the last days of my stay here. He now has to, he prayed until he sweated. He did everything he can, and then at last, he removed one of his garments and threw it on me and told me to run to the altar, lie down there, and now tell God whatever I want to say. So I did. I carried one of his garments. I lied down here on the altar and I told God that, well, it has gotten to this. At the time I told myself I don't have anything to do with you again. And I even started saying I don't know you because I can't see a father. You confess and the father will be there, you'll be tormented. I said, I have said with my mouth that I don't know you, but now it has gotten to this extent. I'm going to come back to you if you return back to me. And I believe he heard my prayers. So when I left here on the 19th, I wasn't totally, you can't, when you see me, you still feel like, what is wrong with this man? When I even went to where people used to see me, if I give them something, it's hard for them to take it because, when you look at a sick man, you know that this man is sick. But gradually, I looked at myself, my health came up and got perfected. I gave myself time. I didn't want to rush it. I just wanted to see the 18 months go first. So the 18 months ended somewhere in 2019 last year. I still said I'm not coming because it was away from when I wanted to come. I said, okay. Now Friday is my birthday. Friday is my 13th. Sunday will be 15th. So since last year, I've decided I'm going to come here this week. Now what I'm now praying is that will Bishop be around? So at the time I was giving him a call. So this is my journey so far. It is a journey of true thanksgiving. I'm not talking about sentimental issues. I'm talking about what you see that happened. No doctor will say that he cured me of massive ascites. And there is no doctor anywhere that will say he changed my liver. They are here.
Igosiri obebere memnadi keshimo. Igosiri obebere memnadi ke. Modi kamna no lelomo ibiara na pota webe kanguzoro. Nebedielo, Igosirim, Obibere, Menani Kechimo, Igosirim, Obibere, Menani Kechimo.